Hey, what's going on guys? So welcome back to another video, and in this video I will teach you guys how to create this awesome price card using just HTML and CSS. I had explained every single step, so make sure to watch the complete tutorial. And by the way guys, this YouTube channel is in collaboration with Newton School. You can check out their website. I will provide the link in description. And also let's check out what exactly is Newton School.
Let's see about what is Newton School. So Newton School is a platform which prepares you for your career in tech. It has courses designed for working professionals, freshers, and even people with no tech background. That means even if you are from a non-tech background, you can also join this platform and can make your career in tech. Newton School will first train you for 6 months and will help you become an amazing full stack developer. Now you might be thinking whether this platform is free or not. So let me tell you a cool thing, that you don't have to pay Newton School anything until and unless you are placed with a minimum 5 lakh CTC. I repeat guys, you don't have to pay Newton School anything for the 6 months full stack developer training until and unless you are placed with a minimum 5 lakh CTC. And I think this is something that all of us should expect from any training program. So must check out their website for more information. I will provide the link in description. Now on their website you can see they have something called the Launchpad. So Launchpad is basically an initiative taken by Newton School for people who want to start their coding journey from scratch, and that too absolutely free of cost. This video of mine will be also available on the Launchpad section. You can go there anytime and you can learn basics of programming languages, you can practice quizzes, and even you can do assignments. These all things are completely free to do. Now let's start coding our product card. Okay, so let's start with our HTML file. I had also opened an image of our product card for reference, and let's see how to basically approach the design. Let's say you got this design and you want to convert it into HTML and CSS. So let's say what will be your first approach. Okay, so we want to write our markup. So the very first thing we will do is we will decide the elements that we want to include in our markup. So very first thing that we can see here is this container that is containing all the elements of our product card. The second thing we can see is this card label that is saying hashtag first best seller. And next we can see this image, and also we can see this product title, product status, and product price. And at last we have these two buttons. Okay, so these are the elements that we need to include in our markup. So you just have to decide the elements by just seeing the design like I did. So let's just start writing HTML. We will first create the product container. So let's create a div for that. I will write div and I will give it a class of product container, or you can also write product card. And the second thing that we saw was the card label. So I will use a span for that, and I will give it a class of card label, and inside that I will write hashtag first best seller. Now what I will do is basically I will divide the whole card into 3 parts. Okay, I will divide the whole card into 3 parts. The first part will be this card header that will contain the product image. The second part will be this card body, which will contain 3 things. The very first thing, that is product title, the second thing product status, and the last thing the product price. And the last thing that we want in our card is this card footer that will contain 2 buttons, first for save and second for buy. So let's create those sections quickly. The very first thing that we will create is basically the card header. So I will use a div again and I will give it a class of card header, and inside card header we need image. So I will use an image tag, and I do have the source link of our product image. So let me copy and paste it here. I had copied it, and let me paste it here. And in the alt text, let's write the title of our product card, that is easy laptop chair. Okay, so that's it for our image, and that's it for our card header, guys. Let's quickly create the card body section. So I will use a div again, and I will give it a class of card body, and inside that, as we saw, we need three things. So let's first create the product title. So I will use a h4 for that, and I will give it a class of product title, and I will write the title here, that is easy laptop chair. And then we need the product status, so I will use a p tag for that, and I will give it a class of product status, and the product status is basically ships in 3 to 4 days. And the last thing that we need in our body is the product price, so I will use an h3 for that. Okay, so I will use a h3 for that, and I will give it a class of product price, and I will write the product price, that is $80. Okay, so that's it for our card body section. We had completed our card body section. Now the last part, that is card footer. So let's create that. I will again use a div, and I will give it a class of card footer. And in the card footer, as we saw, we need two buttons. So let's create that. The very first button will be for save. So let's create the button for save. I will write save in that button. And the second button is for buy, so I will write buy in it. Okay, so I wrote buy in it, and also let's give them class. So the very first class that I want to give them is the BTN class, and this BTN class will be common in both of them since we have some similar styles. And also I will give them one more class since they have different background colors, so I will give them one different class names so that we can target them separately and give them different background color. So I will give BTN secondary to the save button and BTN primary to the buy button. The reason I am giving BTN primary class to buy button because it has a purple background color, and the purple is our primary color throughout our design. Okay, so that's it for our markup, guys. Look, this was so easy to create. I just saw the design, I decided what elements I need, and I just coded the markup. So it is that easy. We have decided that we need a container for it, so therefore we created a container, and inside that we need elements. So we decided the elements that we need a card label, we need a card header that will contain an image. Therefore we created a card header which is containing the image. And similarly we created card body which was containing these three elements. So we created card body which is containing three elements, and at last we needed card footer which is containing two buttons. Therefore we created card footer and it's containing two buttons. So coding markup was really easy. Let's see how to style our card using CSS. Okay, so let's start writing CSS. So first things first, I will do a basic reset. I will target all the elements using universal selector, and I will give margin 0, padding 0 to all of them, and also I will target all the elements and I will give box sizing border box to all of them. Okay, so it's a basic reset just to remove some default styling that browser give to the elements. Okay, so let's move on to our body tag. We will give it a background color that is B34 BF8. We also need to change the font families of our elements. We need Poppins font here. So let's quickly import Poppins font from Google Fonts. I will open a new tab and I will open Google Fonts in it. We need the Poppins font, so let's import that. We need three font weights. The very first one is light, the second one is regular, and the third one is semi bold. So let's copy this link text and paste it in our head tag. You can paste it anywhere, so I'm pasting it here. You can paste it anywhere in the head tag. Okay, so I had pasted, and also let's copy the font family part and paste it in our body tag. And now we can see all the elements of our markup has already got that Poppins font. Okay, so we imported Poppins font, and now let's style the product card. I will target product card using the class selector, and the first thing that I will give is the background color, that will be white. And also this image is looking kinda ugly since it's so big, so let's target it first and give it a temporary width. So I will target that image since it was in card header, therefore I will write card header and then img, and I will give it a temporary width of like 200 pixel, and it will become small, and it's looking fine currently. Okay, now you can see the product card is basically covering all the spaces. Basically it has 100% width, and since it's a div element covers 100% width, so let's give it a width of fit content. So what fit content will do is basically it will acquire as much space as it's have the content. Okay, so it will acquire space according to its content, so I had used fit content for that. And now let's style the elements of our product card. Before that, let's also give some padding to our product card to have some spacing around it. So I will give 20 pixel padding from all the side. Okay, so now you can see we got some spacing from all the sides. Okay, so now let's style our card label. Let's select that card label with class selector. So I will write card label. Okay, and let's see what styles we want to give it. So we need a background color that is a lighter shade of purple. So I do have an RGB value of our primary color. So let's write it here in the background color. The RGB value is basically 179, 75, 248. Okay, so it's just the RGB version of our primary color, and since we also want a lighter shade of it, so I will also give an alpha value to it. So we can give a alpha value which controls the transparency, and its value ranges from 0 to 1. Okay, so 0 is like invisible, you can see, and its value ranges from 0 to 1. So like if I will give it a 0.5 value, it will be half visible or it will get half transparency. So we need a lighter shade, so we will give it the value around 0.3. okay, and also we need to change its color, so we will give it the same color that we have for our background. And now you can see the text is strict around its corner. We need some spacing in the card label, so we will also give it padding. So I will give it padding 5 pixel from top and bottom and 10 pixel from left and right. Okay, I will also give it a border radius. I am giving it a border radius of 2 pixel. Okay, so that's it for our card label, guys. We have completed styling our card label. Okay, one thing more, we have to give it a text transform capitalized, since you can see the design, the letters, the first letters of every word is capitalized. Okay, so we need to give it a text transform of capitalized. So let's quickly give that. I will write text transform capitalize, and now you can see the first letter of every word is capitalized. So we are done with card label. Let's move on to our card header. So we need some spacing in card header, so let's target card header and give it a padding. Okay, we will give it a padding of 30 pixel from top and bottom and 50 pixel from left and right. And also let's give a maximum height to our image so that it doesn't cross that height limit. It is just because if you are using any else image different from it, so whatever size it is, it will not cross the height of 200 pixels, since we have given a maximum height of 200 pixels. So you can feel free to use other product images. Okay, so we have also completed our card header and we are going good. Let's design and let's style card body. So we will now target card body elements. The very first element is basically product title. So let's target product title. We need to give it a slighter big font size, so we will give a 24 pixel font size. Okay, so you can see we also want text transform to be capitalized, since we also want this text to be capitalized and the letter of every first word should be in capital letters. Okay, so we will give it a text transform of capitalize. Now let's see what else we can do. Let's look at our design. Okay, so you can see this product status is quite up, or you can see it's quite closer to our product title as compared to this one. Okay, so what you can do is you can basically give negative margin to this thing, that is product status. But there's also a little trick that you can use. You can basically give line height of 1 to product title. That will basically decrease the line height, and since it's only in one line, so it will decrease the space in the bottom of it. Okay, you can also give negative margin to it, it's your choice. So let's now style our product status. So I will target product status now. We just have to give it a text transform of capitalize and a color of hashtag 8080. Okay, so we are good with product status. It's looking quite big currently because I had zoomed in my browser. Let me show you in 100% zoom, so you can see it's looking fine. Okay, so let's move on to our product price. So let's target our product price now. We want a slight big font size, so I will write font size of 30 pixel. Okay, and also I will change its color to hashtag 353535. And also we need some spacing from top and bottom. You can see it has some spacing from top and bottom, so let's give margin to it. I will give it a margin of 20 pixel from top and bottom, and we don't want any margin from left and right, so we will keep it 0. Okay, so you can see it's looking good now. And the last part is the card footer, so let's quickly design that. We will design the buttons by targeting them using the button class. As you can see, we have given button class to both of them, so this selector will basically target both of them. Okay, so let's style our buttons. So the similar designs, the similar styles that we want to give to our button is basically the padding. We will give 10 pixel from top and bottom and 40 pixel from left and right to both of them. Okay, and also we want border to be none. And just to tell you guys that buttons don't inherit any font property from their parents. As you can see, they don't inherit the Poppins font. Okay, so what you have to do is basically you have to define font family in button. Okay, so what you can do is you can copy this font family from here and you can paste it here. But there's a smart way to do that. You can basically use the inherit keyword, and why I am recommending this is just because later if you want to change this font family, you will have to change it first here and then you will also have to change it here. Okay, but if you are using the inherit keyword, you just have to change it here. Okay, and the button will inherit the font family from its parent. Okay, now let's also give border radius to our buttons. I will give it a border radius of 5 pixel and also a font size of 16 pixel. And also I want to change the cursor. As you can see, it's a default cursor on it. I want the cursor to be pointer, so I will change the cursor to pointer. And as you can see, the cursor is changed now, it's pointer. And let's also give text transform capitalized to it, so that the first letter gets capitalized. So we have given all the similar styles that we have in the both buttons. Now let's style them separately. Okay, we need to give background colors and colors separately, so we will target them using our second class. Okay, so let's style buy button first. So let's target the buy button first. So I will target the buy button using the BTN primary class, and I will give it a background color of #B34 BF8, the same color we use for our background. And also I want the color to be white. Okay, so let's change its color. I want the color to be white. And we are done with our buy button. Now let's style our save button. We don't have to do much in save button because the background color looks okay, so I will only change the color. Okay, so I will target the save button using BTN secondary class, and I will give it a color of #808080. So as you can see, our buttons are also completed. There is only one thing left. As you can see in the design, the save button is at the left corner of our card and the buy button is at the right corner of our card. Okay, and they are acquiring 100% width, as you can see. So let's quickly do that. What we have to do is basically we will target the card footer first. So let's target card footer and we will give it a display flags, and we want the buttons to be at the corners. Okay, so we will give justify content space between to them. So we will give justify content space between, and they will be in corners, as you can see. And also we want 100% width, so we will give 100% width to both of them. So I will write in the dot btn class selector, I will write width 100%. So now you can see they are acquiring 100% width, and also we need some spacing here. Okay, so we will target our save button, that is our first element. So let's target our save button or first element. We will write. So with this selector we are basically targeting our first button. This selector basically is for selecting the first child. Okay, so you will read it like that. You will read it like select the first element in the card footer that have a class of BTN. Okay, so select the first child of the card footer that has a class of BTN. So you can see the first child in card footer that has a class of BTN is our save button. So we are targeting the save button here, and I will give it a margin right of 20 pixel. So we will get some spacing here, as you can see. So the card is completed. We just need a border radius on our product card. So let's quickly do that. I will give it a border radius of 10 pixel, and that's it guys, our card is completed. If you want to keep it in center of our body, so you can also do that. Let's place it in center. What you have to do is basically you have to give body a min height of 100 VH, display flags, justify content center to align the card horizontally center, and align item center to align the card vertically center. Okay, so now you can see we got our card in the center and it's looking cool. So this was it guys, we have completed this product card, and I hope you guys liked it, and also I hope you guys understood everything. But still, if you guys have any doubts related to any part of this video, Feel free to comment your doubts below, and in the next video we will see how to create this awesome signing button using HTML and CSS. So guys, make sure to subscribe this channel so that whenever I will upload any tutorial video, you guys can get the notification. Also, don't forget to check out about Newton School. The link to their website is in description, and I will see you guys in the next video.